Hello, and welcome to another week of the Newman Show. I, of course, am Newman, and I got Mike with me this week.
How you doing, everybody?
Just want to thank Paul for coming in last week. We're going to talk about him in a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know where to start. We did basically a whole episode about the double standard in comedy and what's been going on.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And it just seems to have gotten worse.
It seems to be getting worse as we speak.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like a couple of days afterwards, there were a couple of incidences that really, one really shocked me and disappointed me.
Actually, as soon as I saw it, to be honest, the first thing is because we had just spoken about being excited, waiting for this person, which you'll get into, I'm not going to say, but we were so excited about him coming back around. And now it's like...
yeah. You know what?
Let's just jump in and pay some bills. And we
before that, I just want to talk about Saturday night.
Oh, yes. Dennis had his comedy show.
I was at the South Shore Theater. Pat Gagliotti put on a phenomenal show. There was a few of us comics that went on. We did about an hour total. There was a break, and it was an improv group. It was one of my favorite shows. It was just a lot of fun. It was
that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, I had my son at a hockey game. I couldn't make it.
What made it different was it was a theater. So there I am on stage in front of like a balcony of people.
Oh, that's so
no
cool.
No mic stand, nothing. So it was just kind of me out there, which is cool because it's...
So it had natural acoustics? It was, you were loud? That is so cool. That's
it wasn't a huge theater. It's not like it was in the garden or anything, but But what was cool about it, though, is I've been taking acting lessons, as you know.
Yes.
At the Actors Workshop, phenomenal place.
I was going to say, plug them. Without
and it kind of got me... I think... I already see the difference. You weren't at the last show either at the Irish Pub, but I noticed a difference on stage since I've been doing the acting lessons.
Demeanor, like more calm?
I think in general, because I was really struggling on memorizing every word, every line, word for word, and getting it out. I could read okay. Like I could change my inflections and sell the part, but he told me, stop worrying about the lines, just listen to what the person's saying and respond. The worst thing you want to look like what you're doing when you're acting is acting. Right. You don't want to look like that at all.
It has to look natural.
So he said, throw the script down and just do it. Which is weird, cause, especially when I haven't trained on that line so much. Yeah. But he goes, you know the story. Just listen to what someone's saying and respond how you would respond.
Oh, that's cool.
And it made me think, because I almost do the same thing with my comedy set. I work on my routine that I want to do, and I try to memorize, all right, I'm going to go from this to this to this, and if I don't, it kind of throws me.
Right.
But then now I just don't care. It's just like, okay, I wanted to do this, I didn't do this, but the crowd's responding to this, I'm just going to go this way now.
So you just roll with it now.
Which I've been kind of doing anyway. Paul's been helping me with that, but this just made it that much easier because it's my stuff.
Right.
I can't screw up my stuff. And what I mean by that is, all right, yeah, you know my jokes or whatever, but I do different versions of them, and if I don't follow the order that I set for myself beforehand, you don't know that.
No.
I'm the only one who knows that.
Right.
So once I threw that out, it definitely helped. So, I started my improv classes last week too. So I really think this is going to, taking a break from comedy is going to be a really good thing for me because it's going to let me focus outside of the box.
So improv is a comedy thing, correct?
Improv is not comedy at all.
It's not.
It's people believe that, but what it is, it's just how to basically. There's a lot more to it, but it's the yes and theory. You say something, I go yes and, then I add to it. It usually ends up being funny.
Okay.
But if you try to be funny, you won't be. You got to let it go naturally. You can't plan improv. That's the whole point of it. So they give you a premise, you go out there with that premise, and I think most people's natural reaction when they don't know what to do
is to be funny. Ends
up being funny.
Right.
How they react to it because they don't know what they're going to do. So, and that's what was cool about that too, is because after we went, there was a break and then there was an improv group.
Now this is all through the same...
Yeah, V's saying it was a 40-seat theater.
All through the same acting people?
No. I've been taking improv with Al Isaacs, who Paul turned me on to. He said he's one of the best out there, and so far
that sounds super
can't
cool,
disagree.
Actually. So
it's a lot of fun.
Group of you guys, and he gives you a topic?
Yeah, improv's for anything. Anytime you speak in front of anybody, so if you're a businessman, if you're just anything that you do where you face customers, improv is great for because it leaves you in a situation where you're not reaching for something. Someone says something to you, you have a response.
Okay.
And as you know, especially in sales, it's huge in sales because the last thing you want to see someone do is,
Yeah. Just
you want the confidence.
Alone,
you want the right out there.
Right.
So it definitely helps with that. It's easy to see how it would help doing a show like this.
Without a doubt.
So I love it so far, and I'm really, really enjoying the acting. So we'll see where this goes.
And how does somebody get involved in that? Just in case, like, say, I or somebody listening.
In which one? The improv or the acting?
Both.
The acting, you just go to the Actors Workshop. It's on Wanter Avenue in Levittown.
So it's actually like a storefront?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about that at the end, too, because Paul's doing comedy lessons there as well.
Oh, very cool.
And the improv, it's just search Al Isaacs, because right now he's doing his adult ed.
On Facebook? Or
yeah.
How do you find him? Okay.
The Plainview Old Bethpage School District.
Yep.
It's out of there as like an adult ed course.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I got to say, I'm really enjoying it. But anyway.
And that's where you're doing it, out of the adult ed?
Yeah.
Right now? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not only open to district people.
No, it's anybody. I had to pay an extra $5 for being
out of district. Okay.
So what, you know?
Right.
So yeah, let's pay some bills and get into it because there's a lot we got to cover tonight. Yeah. I don't even know if we're going to get to it all. But we're going to start with Frank Zambuto and K Logistics. K Logistics, where your business is our priority. Our goal is to provide our customers with end-to-end logistics solutions worldwide. Contact Frank Zambuto regarding all of your international import and export needs. Frank also has domestic contracts with many of the largest coast-to-coast trucking companies in the USA for non-personal cargo. For the Newman Show listeners, just mention the Newman Show, and Frank will take 10% off your first domestic trucking shipment in the USA. Frank Zambuto and K Logistics, where your business is our priority, and you can call Frank direct at 347-536-3933 or email at klogistics.com. And again, I keep saying this every week, and it's true. It's very confusing what's going on with China and tariffs and whatever. Nobody seems to know what's going on with it, but Frank definitely knows. He's on top of everything.
Knows.
He's literally on the phone with China pretty much every day.
Yeah, it's actually incredible when you talk to him how much.
There's no reason to
his contacts
use anybody else except Frank and
K Logistics.
K Logistics. And we're going to go to Felon for Life, Motorcycle Repair, and Jay Martin. You can reach him at 996-2780 or skullfan33 at AOL.com. And again, what's great about Jay is he just wants to get people on the road again. Yeah. He specializes, if you want to say that, in vets. He's actually doing a project right now for free, getting a veteran back on the road.
Yeah.
He's been doing it with donations and everything like that. So it's just amazing.
Right, and if you do want to donate, like he's looking for parts. I know some guys have done
parts, money. You can drop anything off at his house.
Yeah, anything. Guys have done stuff like gaskets and rings and whatever he needs. Jay, if you should actually put out somewhere the list of items you need, so that way maybe people.
You know what? That's a good idea, Jay. Yeah. I don't know if you're watching right now, but definitely give us a list. I know it's going to change, but I'll share it.
It's going to change all the time.
You'll share it.
I've seen him post a few times where people, dropped off, bearings, rings, whatever, and he thanks them.
Yeah.
And he puts it on his site, but I don't know where he is in the build and what he needs.
So you can get him gift certificates to parts stores, and he shows you. He'll show you the receipts.
Right. Yeah.
It's going directly to the guy's bike to get him back on the road. Yep. And again, he can do anything. He specializes in Harleys, but he works on any bike. He could soup it up for you. He can rebuild it. He could add aftermarket accessories. So definitely give Jay a call. And Jay, definitely get on that for us. I also want to talk about the Irish Pub. It's football season, so where else do you want to watch games except for the Irish Pub? He's got the football specials going on, stuff like 60-cent wings, $8 loaded potato skins, sample patties for $13, beer specials. It's pumpkin season officially now. He's got $5 Oktoberfest from Sam Adams, $5 Great South Bay pumpkin. You can get pictures of pumpkin for $17. Wow, 17 shock top pitches, $10 Bud Lights, $4 hot dogs. I mean, what's on the hot dogs? You get kraut, chili, or cheese sauce, bacon, and scallions. So that's not bad for a loaded hot dog.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even see that. Hot pretzel nuggets too, $6. Your choice of dipping. It looks like cheese or mustard. Very cool.
So Sean's a great guy. He also still has karaoke on Friday nights. Yep. 10 to 12, there's a $30 open bar. Karaoke starts at 10. He also is looking for live music on Saturday night. So if you're a musician, it's not a huge place.
Yeah,
but you can fit a couple people in there.
If
you're one or two,
yeah, definitely.
Acoustic guitar and whatever, definitely give him a call. It's on Grand Avenue in Baldwin. It's on Merrick Avenue.
Between Grand and
Milburn.
Yes.
It's close to Grand. It's definitely a fun place to be. So give Sean a call if you could help him out. Friend him on Facebook. Look, there's always something going on there. And the food there is, it's bar food, but it's like high-level bar food. It's really, really good stuff. So definitely check him out. And last but not least, I want to give Paul a push. We were talking about it before. Which one do you have up first? Either one. He's giving comedy classes. This is at the same studio that I was talking about, the Actors Workshop. He gives these lessons. I don't know what to say about Paul. He's great. He's phenomenal. He's helped me so much to get me where I am right now in comedy. So if you have any interest in learning it at all, he brings the best of you out. He doesn't try to change you or make you into him or say this is it.
$295 for 6 3-hour classes?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you get every minute of it.
That's cheap.
You take this course, if there's any talent in you whatsoever, you'll be on stage after.
Yeah.
He gives you a show. And it's great, too, because, again, it's that theater setup, so you're going to see what it's like to perform in front of an audience. And, I mean, you saw the difference since I started working with Paul.
Oh, my God, totally.
He's a legit national headliner. And, to learn from him is really a privilege.
He's been out that long.
And speaking of which, he also does a lot for charity, especially he does his own charity where he helps the cats out. And he's got a big show coming up, if he could put that up. Now, again, Paul is a national headliner, and he's just hosting for this guy, Rich Guzzi, which goes to show you the level of talent that he is.
Right.
He's a comedy hypnotist.
That sounds funny.
I really want to go. I got to work that night, but I'm going to try to go and then go from work. You should come with us.
October 13th? Okay.
Yeah, so it's coming up soon. It's next week. This show's going to sell out. Definitely get your tickets now. It's $25 in advance, which, I mean, you're getting 2 huge headliners for less than what it costs to go to a show.
I've never seen this guy, Rich Guzzi, but from what I've seen of these comedy hypnotists, it's
Paul doesn't brag that much about anybody. He talks very highly of this guy, and he's taking a back seat to him.
Right.
In a way.
Right, yeah.
So that just goes to show you what I mean, it's going to be one hell of a show, and that's why I'm going to suffer a little bit and be a little tired when I go into work that night, but I got to do it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, I will check the hockey calendar and let you know tomorrow, because if not, we should buy tickets now.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's going to sell out.
I know Frank's going to be there.
And that's going to the adoption thing, yes?
Yes, he helps the feral community.
Feral cats, yep.
And,
he
pays out of his pocket.
Release, correct?
For them, yeah, but he also, like, if one's sick or injured, he pays all the vet bills out of pocket.
I know, he's a good guy.
If anybody's got pets and they've brought them to a vet, you know how expensive that can be.
Right, yeah.
So he needs help once in a while.
Just
So he puts these out,
$100+
it's definitely worth it. But, all right, so now, I saw some news. Now, there's been rumors of this for years.
Yes.
And it went nowhere. Then I was very excited to hear that it was confirmed that Eddie Murphy's coming back to stand-up.
Oh, my God. Eddie Murphy of Delirious, Eddie Murphy of Raw, Eddie Murphy of our childhood,
He surprisingly was credited with saving Saturday Night Live at the time, which had a really all-star cast.
Yeah. Oh, my God. When he was in it, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, all those guys were
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, Celebrity Hot Tub, White for a Day,
Landshark,
Gumby, Buckwheat.
What was the Bumblebee one?
I still love to think of every time I hear a song that he did and Buckwheat sings. I still think of him. One of the best comics ever.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed with the SNL 40th reunion, but you know what? Everybody's entitled to a bad day. Guy's had some of the best movies. Before he was 21, he accomplished most people can't do in a career.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop, 48 Hours.
One of our favorites.
Trading
obviously.
Places.
Yeah.
This guy was the guy for comedy. There was nobody better. What's up, Larry? Well, actually, Betty Davis Eyes was just a bunch of question marks. She got the bass. She got Betty Davis Eyes.
Right. We have no
He was
clue
the best.
What you're saying, right.
The best. Goony Goo Goo, yeah. So it was very exciting, and what I was worried about is this PC culture and comedy.
It's almost killing comedy.
How could he possibly come back in today's culture? And then 2 guys knocked out of the park, Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr, with their comedy specials, phenomenal specials, threw it all out, went after everybody, didn't care, and I was like, this is This is paving the road for Eddie Murphy to come back.
See, I still haven't seen Bill Burr's, but I hear so much about it.
You have to.
But
Bill Burr might have even went after it a little more than Chappelle did.
Chappelle with the juicy, the French actor.
Juicy Smollett. Yeah.
Dude, I literally almost pissed myself watching that. That was great.
Yeah.
First, I'm like, French actor, what's he talking about? You know what I mean? And then he said Juicy Smollett.
Yeah. I mean, both of them are genius. I don't know if Bill Burr's comedy was better.
Right.
But I think just after seeing Chappelle's and getting excited about comedy again, maybe that's why it's seen that way. But you got to watch Paper Tigers as well.
All right, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it might be Bill Burr's best. I don't know. It's hard to say.
He's funny, dude.
And Chappelle
but since the Chappelle show, I mean, he did.
He's got so many specials out there, and you could laugh at every one of them. And he's got a lot of specials out there, and that's hard.
Dude, even the Chappelle show alone, where he with the Real Hollywood moments when he has Eddie Murphy's brother.
Oh, Charlie Murphy.
Oh, my God, with Charlie Murphy.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. The whole Rick James story.
Yeah, dude, it's...
When Wayne Brady was on there, that was still one of my favorite skits.
The black, white supremacists, all of them, I mean, just amazing.
So here you go. The stage is set.
For Eddie Murphy's
going to come out. The guy who just...
attacked everything. Queers, blacks, whites, it didn't matter to him.
Yeah.
He was just...
He went after it all, and it was memorable. And people still hold that, hey, he's no Eddie Murphy, or
yes,
he's the next Eddie Murphy. He's the standard now for a lot of these comics.
Replaying. I saw Raw not too long ago.
Chappelle credits Eddie Murphy for starting him off.
Without a doubt.
So now you see,
Eddie Murphy did get it from Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah,
of
course. But I'm saying Eddie Murphy at that time, Richard Pryor was much older and was around for a while. Red Fox was doing it. You had guys out there that were paving the way, like George Carlin and Lenny Bruce, of course. But Eddie was young.
And I think
he was a kid. And he went out there and just
broke it out to these guys were big and whatever, but Eddie Murphy was selling out like MSG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's stuff that guys like...
Yeah, Rich is saying Chappelle's 3 a.m. in the hood.
Yeah. It's just...
So again, because I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Right.
He was the guy.
The man.
And now he comes out, and he's starting to do a little press about his comedy. And what do you hear? I cringe when I listen to my own material.
Yeah.
And man, it was like not even deflating balloon. It was you just blew it
up.
Popped it right then and there. And I'm like, no, not you too, Eddie.
He apologized for what he used to do.
He was young and dumb and going through a breakup. And
right.
He never should have spoke so poorly of such people. I don't know. And it just, you want to talk about, they say it all the time. Never meet your idol, or remember them in their best.
Yep.
Which is why sometimes I question when I want to go see some of these older bands now from the '80s bands. Like I saw them at their best. Do I want to see them now? I don't know. And here it was. I was getting really excited for Eddie Murphy, and now I don't even want to see it.
No, I
don't even want to see. I don't even know what he's going to do, and I don't want to see it.
How can it be funny if he's not? Honestly, Eddie's whole shtick was the fact that
is he going to tell knock docs?
That's what's going to come down to.
Like I was joking about last year. Hey, what time is it when an elephant sits on your fence? Time for a new fence. Ha ha. Right. How do you know what time is it when it's time to go to the dentist? 2:30. I mean, is this what he's going to do now? This is it?
Because we're in such a PC world. Yeah, I don't see how he's gonna. Who's he not gonna offend?
See, now it was funny because he went out and did what he wanted to do. Richard Pryor was one of his idols, as was Bill Cosby. Because he said that was a true story that he spun into the joke. Bill Cosby called him after a special. He was very excited.
Yes.
And he said, "You don't have to curse. You don't have to do this stuff." And he said he was really disappointed and hurt.
Right.
To the point where he called Richard Pryor, and he goes, "Did you have fun? Yeah. Did the audience have fun? Did you like it? Did you get paid? Then tell Bill to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up."
Right.
I mean, this was, and he spun it into the joke or whatever, but that was basically a true story. Now what happened? There's a conspiracy theory, and it's funny because you can look up the Dave Chappelle one, that basically they're stealing these black comedians and cloning them and putting clones out there, the Illuminati. And I thought it was a joke until I saw that there's supposedly Dave Chappelle's cousin. She was talking about how she knows for a fact that Dave Chappelle's a clone.
So it's not the real Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
he's actually doing funny stuff. He don't care.
Yeah, he's not PC. They're pointing out his size, his neck changed, and I don't know. It's you got to watch. It's actually pretty amusing to watch. But, and I blew it off until Eddie Murphy came out. Maybe Eddie Murphy's a clone. I don't know.
He sounds like...
Because this is not the Eddie Murphy I know.
I'm hoping he's a clone. That's...
Yeah. Let's hope that's true.
But, I mean, comedy's supposed to do exactly that. It's comedy. If you go to a comedy show and get offended, honestly, you're an asshole.
Yeah, and now people are attacking. They're going after Dice.
Oh, my God. Dice, yeah.
And a lot of these guys wish they could have had the career Dice had.
Yeah.
They wish they could have.
I would just make his movie.
Yeah.
Ford Fairlane was great.
And he was in a lot. He was in a lot of movies.
He was in a lot of movies.
And you know what? The guy tried legit comedy, if you want to call it that. Came up with this Dice character. The Dice character blew up and he rolled with it. I mean,
Dice Man.
Do you blame him?
Nope.
And that's what pissed me off too, because like you said, that's when Saturday Night Live had balls.
Right.
Because they went out and defended him for that, and then they fired Shane Gillis for doing much less. And again, Shane thought it was because they felt he was a Trump supporter, and maybe he's right, because we're going to lead right into the next thing, Keegan Gate.
Oh, my God.
The extremely controversial Mike Keegan.
A very local comedian, if you guys don't know. Dennis has done many shows with Mike.
Mike's been very helpful to me, especially in the beginning, too.
Really cool guy, very funny. Like in comedy, nothing's off limits. He makes fun of himself for being overweight. I mean, there's nothing. That's comedy. I'm going there to laugh, not to be offended.
Right. And the whole thing is it funny? And he made the joke. Do you have the joke?
What he said, I had it. Let me find it.
See if you can find it. And in the meantime, Mike is not, I'm joking that he's a controversial comic. He's far from controversial. I mean, this guy has accomplished a lot locally. He's still in the finals, I think, of the contest he's in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
He's been all over the place. He's headlining the Borgata and stuff. He's got a good local career. Very funny guy, and now he's banned from Theater 3 in Patchogue for something he tweeted. And again, it really wasn't offensive. It was a joke. And I'm really kind of speechless at this because is it his political leaning?
It probably. Yeah, because he lets it know.
I've heard much of more offensive stuff from comics that don't get in trouble. But now he's banned from this theater. And I don't think, I can't speak for him. I don't know if he had anything booked there or whatever. But it was nothing he did there. So I don't know if they were just looking for free publicity. But this actually made Newsday.
Yes, it did.
Which, even though who really cares about Newsday, it's still a pretty big Long Island paper.
But it's a shitty rag, and they are so far
and he did a great
left-leaning. It's not even funny.
He did a great response, which I'm surprised Newsday printed, where he said, look, I'm sorry if I offended them. I didn't mean to. I respect their decision. I just wish they would have came to me instead of just going publicly and saying that I was banned from this place.
No, that's the next thing we want.
Yeah, I think he might have taken it down.
He did.
But it had to do with Jeffrey Epstein and Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
How I think they found her on his island or something. I don't know the exact joke, but it was just that. It was a joke. So, I mean, if somebody's banned him for that, again, where does it end? Where does it end? And like I said to Paul last week, I'm pretty sure it was Bill Burr, when he was talking about being racist, and he goes, well, if you can't be racist as a comic, what can you do?
Right.
And start thinking about this. And for all people that think people should lose their jobs because something offends them, nobody would have any job anywhere because something offends everybody. And again, where do you draw the line?
You're right. This world is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
now, I know what you want to say. I'm going to lead this right into the next topic. It's going to flow right in. Oh, she's only 16 and blah, 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 blah. Well, it didn't bother anybody when the 16-year-old was wearing a Make America Great Again cap, getting threatened by the black Israelites who were behind him, because if you watch the full video, you'll see it. Him and his class, who was getting threatened. A bunch of 16-year-olds getting threatened by grown men, and then had a guy beating a drum right in his face, and all he did was sit there and smile. That's it. That's all he did.
Right. But that's not what the media released originally. Right. The media said
he went after him. They blocked this guy's way.
Right. He was saying all kinds of stuff. Then we find out this kid is on.
All he did, you saw the full video. He was standing there. The guy went and made a beeline to him right in his face. And I mean, he could have smacked him.
Right. Oh no.
He's in his personal space. That's self-defense at that point.
We found out that he was on a Christian mission. This kid. So he was not cursing. He didn't do anything. Actually, but
he had 3 strikes against him.
When confronted, all he did was smile.
And he got attacked for that. And you want to say, oh, Greta, she's getting death threats. He got death threats. It was some comics were saying, oh, do you see a more punchable face? I'd love to punch him in the face.
Right.
These people didn't get fired.
Nope.
But again, this kid had 3 strikes against him. 1, he was a Trump supporter.
Yep.
2, he was Christian.
And white.
And 3, male. I don't even know if it's white anymore. It really isn't. Because don't forget, Chappelle went through his share.
Yeah.
With the alphabet people, as he put it. But it's...
I think I identify as rainbow.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
What can you do at this point? and how does... Why is it that a 16-year-old girl from Germany or wherever she's from...
She's Swede. Isn't she Swedish?
I thought she was German.
No, she's Swedish.
She's whatever. Who cares?
Sweden.
Who puts her as an expert in climate?
Right.
Where's her degrees? What schools, what colleges did she go to? Like, why is she an expert? Just like the teenagers, the 15, 16-year-olds in Parkland, all of a sudden were experts on gun control.
Oh, yeah.
Experts.
Hogg, whatever his name was. Yeah, right.
I didn't want to mention his name, but... I mean, the kids, David Hogg, since you brought it up, his story had so many holes in it. He was watching TV, and he saw the thing.
Well, first he was home,
jumped on his bicycle, rode 2 miles to school, and somehow the cops, the FBI, they let him get through the police line so he could go into the school and get into the closet during the shooting. His story was so full of holes it was ridiculous.
Right.
But they're listening to these kids like they're experts. Then a 16-year-old kid supports the president, and he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, he believes in God. He's Christian, so look at this moron. He believes in these false prophets. So why on one side are they an expert, and the other side they're idiots?
Well,
it's who they believe.
Another thing,
which side they're on.
Each side has its own, like she's like, if you don't believe me, believe the science.
Well, okay, let's talk about the science.
Yes, that's what I want
Let's
to get
talk
into,
about the science. Do you remember the 80s and the hole in the ozone?
Well, first off, ozone and acid rain. That was the big thing.
But the hole in the ozone layer was irreparable, and we were all going to burn up. We were going to start seeing temperatures in the mid-hundreds by the 1990s. By the 1990s.
Special clothing.
We were all going to burn. The sun was going to kill all of us. This hole was just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was because of all the Aquanet that was being used.
It was aerosols.
The CFCs and containers.
It was all you 80s girls with the big ass hair and your Aquanet this big.
Yeah, and not just the girls, because the guys had it too.
I actually used my sister's Aquanet whenever I could.
But it was going to kill all of us.
Right.
And then after
acid rain too. Acid rain was gonna get down.
We were all gonna melt.
It was gonna go into our drinking water. Yeah. It was gonna go through the whatever. Instead of realizing that going when it goes through the earth, it's actually a filter. But whatever.
Now, granted, the good thing that came out of that is people stopped using the CFCs, and guess what?
Yes.
The hole's not there anymore.
Wow.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It was irreparable. Guess what? It wasn't. It's there. Then in the 90s, remember we were all going to freeze to death?
Yes. Yep.
Early 90s, we were all going to freeze to death. The ice age was coming. There was nothing we could do to stop it. It was too late. We were going to die.
Right. We had record lows that year.
Then global warming came.
And the polar caps were melting.
And
right now we have the most ice ever.
The water was going to get to the eyes of the Statue of Liberty. We were all dead. We weren't going to make 2000.
No.
And then Al Gore, what was it, by 2012 we were all going to die?
Yeah.
Then 2015, now AOC saying we got 9 years left.
Oh, my God.
And this is why I don't buy it.
A bartender.
Yeah, because bartenders they know about ice.
With a poli-sci.
They know about ice.
From University of Boston.
And here's the thing. Is there global warming? I don't think so. Is there climate change? I do think so. I do believe in climate change.
So do
but I think climate change is cyclical. We had an ice age before.
We've had
a flood before. There's a lot of theories that said we were one landmass and earthquakes and floods and everything.
How long have we been recording it? And they also say it's the release of our CO2 that's our problem. We burn so much fossil fuel, but it's been proven.
And here's the thing:
it's been proven that one volcanic eruption lets out more CO2.
Cow farts, remember that?
Yeah.
Because that's what AOC said. We had to ban the cows, so we couldn't eat burgers. As her guy, her security, whatever he was, is sitting there eating a burger.
But one forest fire is let off, and that's a natural occurrence. That occurs by lightning strikes.
Well, apparently not. Trump causes them all now.
Yeah, well...
Since he got in, he causes them.
Oh, yeah. You didn't see him? He gave Smokey the Bear the finger and threw the match, and he's like,
I had no idea Trump was that old, though, that he killed the dinosaurs, too.
He did. It's so bad.
Now
what
again,
do they call them? Orange.
Do we have an effect?
Cheeto.
Do we have an effect on the environment? Yes.
Yes.
Especially when we're mowing down the rainforest and we're burning this and we're burning that.
No? Are we? Where's the rainforest in the United States?
No. When I'm saying us, I mean humans.
Okay.
I don't mean Americans.
Well,
but I'm saying as humans.
Look at our oceans, as dirty as they are. Have you ever seen those pictures of the ones that, as the wave rolls in, it's plastic bottles?
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that too.
That's third world countries, folks. That's not us. You want to be mad at somebody? Send people over. Send Greta.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Greta's eyeing Trump. And if looks could kill, he would have dropped that right on the spot. She's eyeballing him. She's going to sue all these countries. You know what 2 countries weren't named? The number 1 and 2 violators. Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Saudi Arabia, a desert.
Yeah.
How many cows they got over there?
None.
How many Trumps they got over there?
A bunch of camels, though. A bunch of camels.
But do they have a bunch of Trumps over there?
Camels' farts might be just as much. No Trump supporters.
So Trump's not in China. Trump's not in Saudi Arabia. And somehow they're the biggest violators. But she doesn't mention them in her lawsuit or whatever. And again, the whole plastic thing. You can't use plastic. You can't use plastic straws. It's killing the turtles. First of all, I throw my stuff in the garbage.
Right.
I throw my garbage into my garbage pail, which my garbage men put into the garbage truck and take to the dumps. What happens to it from there, I don't know.
Well,
but I know I'm not throwing it into the ocean.
Recyclable if I can. Right. I'm not throwing it into.
When I walk around, I didn't see a big straw epidemic on the streets, in the parks, and schoolyards. I don't see straws laying all over the place. But I have heard of that with needles.
Yes.
Needles are attached to plastic syringes.
Yeah.
So what is the answer that New York and California want to do? Ban plastic straws, but give out plastic syringes to heroin addicts because they're responsible and they'll dispose of it properly in the parks, in the schoolyards, and everything else.
On top of that, I've seen some funny things actually.
What's up, Jack?
People posting pictures of their Starbucks with their new paper straw, and they got their caramel macchiato in a huge plastic cup.
But what does that paper straw come in?
Yeah, it comes in. First off, it comes in a plastic liner.
Yeah.
But then it's in a huge plastic cup. So that straw might break down. But where do you think that big plastic cup is going to end up?
And here's the thing. Let's say.
Do you think they went to paper cups?
No.
Or, God forbid,
well,
styrofoam's like even worse.
Styrofoam's going to be completely banned.
Yeah.
Because I know they still use styrofoam trays and stuff like that in some places. They're going to completely ban that.
Yeah.
And should we do our part to make the earth better? Yes, we should. But let me ask you a question. How is paying more in taxes going to help you? How is it going to help the earth? It's not. That's why all this global warming is bullshit. These meetings are bullshit because why are you taking your private jet to go to a location, get in your limo, and go to this big meeting on how to save the planet when you could just teleconference?
No, they all did it. Yeah.
Did you see about the solar panels?
No.
The original solar panels, they're no good now.
Oh, yes.
You can't just throw them out.
Nope.
You know how toxic they are? You can't burn them. You can't do anything with them. So by getting cleaner energy, this is now worse than coal.
Yeah.
Solar energy is now worse than coal.
Actually, I know you were big into looking at Teslas for a while.
I still want one. Did you see the Model X?
Yes, I have.
The song?
Yeah.
The dance it does? Oh, God.
But the batteries they run on, did you see how they have to strip mine to make those batteries? And then you can't just throw them away.
It costs more in fossil fuel to
they
build and charge an electric car than it does to gas
fracking has a footprint of this. The other strip mining takes mountains down. Literally mountains down.
So it's all hypocritical, in my opinion. And, you keep running around, the sky is falling and crying wolf, to use 2 examples. And that's exactly what the Democrats have been doing, to scare people into paying more to fix the environment. But what are they doing? Because when Al Gore said it, you know how many millions and millions of dollars Al Gore made off this?
Oh, my God.
And when they looked at his house, George Bush's house was more fuel efficient and more green
than Al Gore's.
Because Bush was a country guy.
Yeah.
He liked his ranch and stuff like that. Al Gore had all top of the line, this, that, and the other thing. And he was called out on it. So what did he do? He bought another mansion.
Right.
And you know what?
Dude, I saw a thing today. What they're putting, I forget where it was. It's somewhere in a very environmental friendly place. They put up a charger for Teslas and other type of cars, and it's a standalone charger, run by a diesel generator.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. It takes more fossil fuels to run an electric car.
So you're plugging into that, but the diesel generator's creating the power.
Right.
So it's like, what are you saving?
You're not. Like, personally, you might be saving money on gas and oil and tune-ups and whatever.
Yeah, I don't think they pay for those, but somebody's paying to fuel that. That's where my taxes are going to keep it more green. So now my taxes are actually paying for your electricity on your
When
car.
I was looking at Tesla, I wasn't looking at it for the economy.
No.
Because, again,
and they're fast
not
as shit.
the economy, the ecology. But I don't think it's, you know what? First of all, George Carlin said it too. We prop ourselves so much, like we have so much influence in this world. We're nothing.
Yeah.
We don't have the effect on this world that we think we do.
No.
And again, as Americans, Trump this, Trump that. Trump signed, and you had to look for this. He signed the biggest bill in whatever it was, however many decades, to preserve more natural land than anybody in whatever it was over.
But it got zero press.
Yeah, zero press. So, all right, does he want to do fracking? Is he talking about oil drilling, stuff like that? Yeah. But when he was talking about drilling offshore, 3 miles out, that's international waters. If we're not doing it, China, Saudi Arabia, someone else is doing it. It's not like we're not. It's beating someone to the punch. Someone's still going to be there.
People don't get that, right?
No. And again, go after the countries that are worse at it, because for the amount of people that we have and the technology that we have, we're actually pretty good on the green scale.
Good. Yeah, if you ever seen
How are these third world countries that got nothing so high on emissions?
Right.
We got more cars on Long Island than most countries have.
Yeah, but their cars and whatever they have zero emissions.
And that's why our carbon footprint is not so bad when you balance it out by the amount of people and the technology that we have.
Self-indulgent, arrogant.
So here we go. I'm going to go off on a little rant here. I don't really align myself with either major political party.
Me neither.
But over the last few years, I know I'm definitely not a Democrat. Even though there are certain parts of the platform I agree with.
You know,
if you look at the policies they're doing, when you're sworn into office, you're sworn to uphold the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
Let's just take a little look at the last couple of years and see if you can count how many violations of the Constitution they are. First of all, they were saying we're not after your guns. Now they're admitting they are after the guns. They want to ban semi-automatic guns.
And come door to door to do it.
So it started with the AR-15.
Something that they actually laughed and mocked Trump for, saying we can't go door to door for illegals, but we can go door to door for your guns.
For legally owned guns.
Yeah. Legally owned, constitutionally protected guns.
So they want these guns, these military-style guns, because why does a civilian need a military gun? Well, first of all, military style means looks like. Doesn't mean it is.
It's black.
And again, we've done shows on this, and I don't want to waste too much time on the gun argument. But the fact is that these guns are used in less than 3% of the shootings. So if you get rid of them, you're still going to have 100% of the shootings, because you're still going to have 97% of them, and then those other 3% are just going to use something else.
Yeah, but how many shootings are done by law-abiding citizens that own guns?
That's a whole different argument. But again, just
the people
stopping,
you're taking it away
if
from
you took
aren't the ones who are doing the shootings.
AR-15 and AK-47 out of America, it's going to do zero for the gun crimes. Zero. So now they're changing, and again, a guy like Beto who said, hey, no, if you have an AR-15, you can keep it. Sound familiar? If you like your health insurance, you can keep it. If you like your doctor, you can keep it. And now he's like, you're damn right we're coming after your AR-15s. Yeah. Totally changed his tune. Now they've said semi-automatic guns. That's probably about 80% of the guns out there.
Mm-hmm. Semi-automatic rifles and shotguns.
Semi-automatic guns, weapons, handguns, everything. So that's almost every gun.
No.
There are some bolt action, there are some pump, there are some revolvers still out there. So again, you're talking at least 80% of the guns they want gone. Let's go to the First Amendment.
They're obviously going to start another.
Let's go to the First Amendment. New York is looking to fine people $250,000 for calling someone an illegal alien or turning them in.
Imagine that.
So turning someone in for a crime can get you a $250,000, and it is a crime. Being here illegally is a crime.
Illegal is illegal.
You're not going to a legal immigrant and going, I'm going to call ICE on you and talk about it. And think of $250,000 for reporting a crime.
If I'm behind you on the parkway and you look like you're leaving and I call the cops, it's me doing my job. I think you're doing illegal activity.
If you see something, say something.
Wrong.
New York especially has been pushing that since September 11th.
You could have dropped a lit cigarette and you're just trying to get it so you don't burn yourself.
What have they been preaching since 9/11? If you see something, say something.
But now, if I know
so
this
if you
guy
turn to the
next to me moves in is illegal, the guy's told me, I'm here illegal.
That's a good point.
Can't control him.
If you call for any crime, maybe everybody should be fined $250,000.
If it's false, right?
No, because these are real crimes.
That's true.
Illegal immigrants it's a real crime being committed.
Yes, it is.
And they want to charge you $250,000. And again, get that through your head. $250,000. It's cheaper to do drugs or basically almost any crime.
Dude, most people, that's like 3 years' wages for, the average salary.
It's a lot more than 3. $250,000? The average salary is like $50,000.
Oh, okay. That's 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just for reporting a crime, not for falsely accusing someone of a crime. Falsely accuse someone of rape or cutting your dreads off or whatever, bad.
Right.
Don't do that again.
Yeah, don't ever
Reporting
do
an actual crime, $250,000. And guess what? Most people can't pay that. So where are you going to end up?
In jail.
In jail.
Yeah.
Because you owe money. But commit a crime after January 1st. Again, the Democrats pushing through this bill in New York. Bail reform. Hey, rape 3? Take a walk. You'll come back.
Yeah.
Oh, you just burned down that house? No problem. Here's your ticket. Go take a walk.
ROR.
We'll see you. No, not even ROR. It's an appearance ticket.
Oh, they don't even bring you in.
This is an appearance ticket they're getting.
Now, is that illegal one? That has not passed yet, correct?
No, it hasn't passed yet. And also to add on to that, Joe Biden, who was vice president, who's running for president, does not like what Trump's lawyer Giuliani's been saying about him.
Right.
So he told the news, do not put this guy anymore.
Yeah.
Don't put him on anymore. Nobody should hear him.
Right.
Someone in the government saying someone that opposes him shouldn't have any press?
Right.
Doesn't that sound familiar? Who else did something like that?
I think his name was Adolf Hitler.
And isn't that against the Constitution?
Yes, it is.
For the government to impose sanctions against people for speaking freely? And again, this is not someone yelling fire in a crowded theater that's not on fire. This is reporting illegal crimes and calling somebody what they are, a criminal. Because Biden, that's another whole funny thing. Biden used his power as vice president to go over to the Ukraine and get a prosecutor fired because he was withholding $1 billion of money that was already funded to go to the Ukraine.
He's on multiple videos, not doctored videos. Nobody's even said that's not a real video. Like they acknowledged, no, that's that was Joe Biden. He said that.
Well, let's break this down a little bit. Do you know what that money was for?
I don't. I didn't.
Okay. Here's the thing, and people do a little research because I can't believe people who I thought were intelligent how stupid they are. All right.
Breathe.
The money, Russia and the Ukraine were having some problems. Yeah. Ukraine was buying fuel and whatever from Russia. They didn't have the money because Russia started raising the price. So we said, we'll help you. So we're going to give you $1 billion to buy the stuff from them.
Right.
So guess what the Obama administration was doing? They were giving $1 billion to Russia.
Right.
Because they were giving it to Ukraine to pay Russia off.
Right.
Instead of going to Russia and trying to negotiate a deal, going, look, don't do this to them.
Right.
Let's work something out. They just paid them off.
Right.
Do a middleman, whatever. So Biden goes over there, forces his son into some business. It didn't go his way because I guess his son was getting attacked.
Yeah. It didn't
and prosecuted.
Yeah.
So he goes over there and says, I will not give you this $1 billion unless this prosecutor is fired. And they said, you can't do that. The president or whatever, he goes, you want to call him?
Right.
And this is all on video.
Yeah, no,
this is not opinion. This is not whatever.
Go
he goes, call him
and then he goes,
I
get on a plane in 6 hours, so do you have that much time?
Yeah, because you get 6 hours to do it, and guess what? They fired the guy. And he was laughing about it.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward a little bit. Trump tells the Ukraine to look into the possible corruption.
Yeah.
And now they want to impeach him based off that. So they were saying
the whistleblower heard it from.
I don't want to get to the whistleblower yet because this is a funny thing too. This is what they want to impeach him for calling the president of Ukraine to go after an American citizen. And he's using his power of influence.
Right.
The Biden used his power of influence threatening them with the billions of dollars or the $1 billion. The president of the Ukraine said that Trump didn't force him into anything and he was doing it. And it was like, well, you can't negotiate with the leader of another country against Americans. Well, what did Obama and Kerry and basically Hillary do when Trump was winning?
Right.
And when he did win?
They
went to they were going behind his back. They were still negotiating deals, which is highly illegal.
Highly illegal.
They used the CIA and the FBI to go after Trump, which it started.
Wiretapped.
It started with the CIA, where he said they tapped my phones and they were making fun of him. And then it turned out it was true. And this was all because the obvious Russian collusion. Right. So James Comey investigates him for what, about a year, 10 months or so, and turns up with nothing. So because he had nothing, what he did was he leaked classified information.
Yes.
To the paper to open up the special counsel. And after it was all said and done,
they found no evidence of collusion.
Comey got fired, justifiably so.
Yep.
Because he leaked classified information. That alone is enough.
And
you don't need any more reason.
Time either.
Right. So Mueller heads up the special investigation for almost 2 years. So now you're talking about almost 3 years total where they're investigating this obvious Russian collusion. And what do they find? Nothing. Now here's another constitutional thing. If I think you got a meth lab in your house and I go get a warrant, can I look for anything in there?
Nope.
And then use anything I find in there to look in your neighbor's houses and whatever else?
Focused on what?
Why? Isn't that a constitutional right?
Yeah.
So this Trump investigation had a wide open-ended warrant. So they could go after anybody and follow any path anywhere. Does that sound right? And I know all you Trump haters going, good, good, good. No, it's not good, because if they could do that to a sitting president of the United States, what do you think they could do to you? You don't think they could go into your house and do and say whatever they want?
On the other hand, if they do go forward with this impeachment process, that's going to give Trump's lawyer the right to subpoena everybody.
But will it? Because they changed the rules, because you brought up the whistleblower. They changed the rules on whistleblowing in August, early August, then all of a sudden, like the middle of August, this guy comes forward.
Right.
Or whoever, because we don't know who this mystery person is.
Right.
How could they change the laws and whatever to do this? This is exactly what they're accusing Trump of. This is a dictatorship, but it's multiple people. It's not one person calling the shots. It's a party, a political party. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It is one person, George Soros. Because a lot of the money gets tied back to him.
Oh my
Antifa,
God.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Antifa, it's in the name, anti-fascist. Yeah, but the actions speak louder than words. And when they're threatening old ladies or an old couple trying to walk across the street,
they beat up a 69-year-old man.
When they're macing a 16-year-old girl because she supports Trump and she's doing a news interview, they assault people all the time because they don't believe in their political agenda. That's the exact definition of fascism.
Yes, exactly. Dude, if you have to hide your face to go out and protest, you're up to no good.
So now this whistleblower, who is supposed to have firsthand knowledge, comes out, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who, it's not even direct knowledge.
Nope.
So Pelosi decides we're going to start this impeachment process before the facts even come out. Then Trump goes, you want it? Here it goes. And everyone's like, oh, Trump's being all secretive with the stuff. First of all, again, invasion of privacy. You got a world leader talking to other world leaders. That should not all become public knowledge.
Nope.
It's not even our security, it's other security. But then again, the Democrats don't care too much about security, do they? They attacked Bush for the Patriot Bill. Obama expanded it and widened it and extended it of what it could cover. Now, this whistleblower is a hero, right? This is what the left is saying. He's a hero. What was Edward Snowden?
Same thing.
No, he was an enemy of the state.
It's a treason. He should
be killed, tried and killed for treason.
He still can't come back to the United States.
Now, what did he do that was so bad? All right, exposed how our government is spying on everybody. Right. Everybody.
WikiLeaks.
You, me, our allies.
Everybody.
He releases this information. He should be the hero.
Yeah.
But the president can't talk to another country about prosecuting. Oh, really? What does this say? From Congress.gov. Not Fox, Congress.gov. Treaty with the Ukraine on mutual legal assistance in criminal matters. When was this passed? It must have been recently, right? Oh, no. Clinton did it.
Oh, boy.
Clinton did it. That we could work hand in hand with criminal matters. No. So when a sitting vice president strong arms an ally, because they were an ally, withholding $1 billion so his son's prosecutor could get fired. we're going to call our government to go into their country and investigate this? Or is Trump going to go, hey, do me a favor, if you find anything, let me know?
Yeah, right.
Did not withhold anything from them in order to do this.
No.
Just two world leaders talking about a crime that was committed in their country. Their country was the one strong-armed, not us. Now, if Trump called the Ukraine and said, can you do me a favor and investigate Mueller?
Right.
Then maybe you got an argument.
And even that.
Saying maybe. But when they were trying to push this Russian investigation together, guess who they went to looking for info? The Ukraine.
Right. It's so bad.
If you don't see what's going on here and you support a Democrat that's going on, again, how many constitutional violations are there alone? And just what we've discussed, and we're not even getting into it. Due process has been thrown out. I mean, basically, almost every one of the Bill of Rights has been violated. And then they want to, here's another thing. The electoral process.
Oh, yeah, they want to get rid of that.
Another constitutional right. You can vote for who you want, right? And then the Electoral College puts him in. As soon as he got elected, we got to resist.
Yeah.
We got to do what we can to get him out. An FBI guy admitted, we'll get him.
Yeah.
We'll get him out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
On tape. What happened to him?
Fine.
He lost his job?
Yeah.
That's it. He should be in jail. That's treasonous.
Yep.
That's literally the definition of treason. But what happened? Nothing.
It's protected.
And speaking of nothing, you got a guy who gets arrested who's got a large book of names.
Oh, my God. Epstein. Yes.
Clinton was on top of that list of names being thrown around, which everyone kind of knew already.
But so
and then
many
he gets killed. He committed suicide. Heads of countries, kings, princes.
Everything.
Hollywood, Washington.
All of Hollywood, right.
And all of a sudden, he kills himself. Case closed.
And now it's gone.
No need to look into that anymore.
Right.
Really?
That has disappeared.
His crime was the least of it. I want to know who he was bringing over there. That's my concern. How did he become a billionaire?
Yeah.
Who was funding him?
Disgusting.
Doesn't matter. Who cares?
But that died.
It's only pedophilia.
It was all news, and then the media even spun it that it suddenly was a suicide. Then it was like, oh wait, maybe this wasn't a suicide. Then it was no.
And the FBI raided his island, or did they clean it up? Right. I don't know, because they found a weird picture of Clinton in the blue dress.
Right.
But they didn't find anything else.
Yeah.
Anything? They didn't find anything on this guy's island who was arrested, who had no time to go over there and clean it out himself. They didn't find any info on anybody. Bullshit. But again, it's only pedophilia.
No.
It's not like Epstein called the leader of another country about a crime that was committed by someone else, asking, hey, what happened over here? No, it's only pedophilia.
Just little boys.
I mean, no, little girls.
And girls.
Yeah. That came forward. They're all silenced now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everything's gone. It's nowhere near the media anymore. Gone. Even his suicide that was suspect.
Yeah.
They said, first it was breakages in his neck that were inconsistent with hanging. And then it was, no, it's good. No, he killed himself.
Remember his funeral?
Yeah. No, what funeral?
Whatever.
I didn't see it. A billionaire dies, has no funeral.
Yeah.
Nobody loves him.
I'd love to continue this, but unfortunately we are out of time.
Oh, my God.
Wake up. Honestly, people, wake up. Do a little research on these stories. Stop reading just the headlines. Look into a little bit more. Little research, and maybe stop listening to mainstream media and watch actual video of people actually speaking. But, hey, what do I know? Next week, we're going to have Michael Patisa on. It's going to be a very different show. We're going to talk about real estate. He's in the real estate business. I am as well. I'm going to see maybe if Genius, someone else wants to come on.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about little real estate stuff. But thanks for tuning in.
I know nothing about real estate, so I'll probably be out next week.
And we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you then.
Have a good night.